All right, it's the Super Duper Dario minute. Dario, what the fuck's going on?
God damn it. Here I am again. Tanner, I just want to say, you look fantastic. Are you losing weight? What are you doing? Are you on some sort of diet? Are you a vegan like Luke? What's going on?
Not a vegan. I'm kind of on a diet. I'm on a ketogenic diet.
Is that like high fats, right?
Yeah, high fats.
You're not skipping your egg yolks.
No, not skipping the egg yolks, not skipping the avocado, drinking a lot of shakes, steroids.
Okay, I guess everybody could use some help once in a while.
So today we had I talked to Bryan Colwell.
How did that go?
It went good. The tick was on point today.
Really?
Yeah, he broke down World of Warcraft.
It's a lot to break down. I'm sure he didn't have enough time. I'm sure he only really just kind of scratched the surface on that.
Yeah, he just the tip.
Mm, just a tip. That's
I
all really anyone needs is a tip.
I didn't like how it felt.
No, exactly.
Are you still playing?
I haven't been on in like about 2 weeks or something like that. It's not that it's time consuming. I haven't had really a motivation to jump on it. Like really, when you start it, it's really hard to stop. So lucky I've had some like breaks of stride that kind of got me away from it. But I'll probably start again when I'm back from Florida.
Yeah, you're going home. It's going to be your birthday. Today is Anthony Chiappetta's birthday. I Fetch Karma on Instagram. Happy birthday to that fuck.
Hey, happy birthday, Anthony.
But you're going home Halloween Horror Nights.
I'm going home. I'm going home tomorrow. I'll be there for give or take 7-10 days, whatever it is. And yes, Halloween Horror Nights will be happening on Saturday. I'll be having an early flight tomorrow, so I'll be getting to Florida early. Well, not early, but late morning. So maybe we'll be able to catch the beach because I need a tan. But yeah, it should be a nice little break. I've been staying in the gym, been busy. I have a fight date announced for December, so I've got some time. I can afford to take like a little bit of a mini trip.
Now, this fight in December, it's a 10-rounder.
It's what's more than likely 10 or 12 rounder, probably 10, possibly for a title. Maybe a North American Boxing Federation or Boxing Association. We'll see, but it'll be for some sort of minor title. That'd be nice to have. It's something. It'll be a good little cap for the end of the year. 2018. I've had only 2 fights, but when you have the more fights you have, necessarily you can't be too active. You have to pick your fights carefully and make sure you're not overtraining. But we'll see. It should be an interesting month.
I hope it's for a title, man. That's exciting. And
I will personally bring it to you in Saskatchewan.
in the flatland, you're gonna come to the flatland to see me.
Why not? We'll take nice pictures. We'll go on long walks.
Yeah.
And we can leave the kids and wife at home.
Are you gonna bring Sarah with you?
No.
No, leaving her. She's going to Florida with you for Halloween Horror Nights, though.
She'll be there for about half the trip that I'll be there.
It's fucking nerve-wracking.
So, I always, especially like people from here, people go to Universal. Everybody goes to Universal. Everybody goes to Busch Gardens or SeaWorld. But nobody really goes unless you're like a local that you heard of. Nobody really goes to Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights is fantastic. They do a great job. It's all volunteer work. It is, I'm talking like I beat 2 months of operation. So it's like endless, They only have like, I think 2 days in a row where they have a break or something like that. But it's crazy. The production is amazing. They close down the park for night. It's open from like 6:30 to 1 a.m. It's great. I did it with Mike Perry last year. Tons of fun.
See, when I was a young fella, Dario, I spent 1 month in Orlando, Florida on the beach. I was 10. I don't know if you were born yet. How old are you? You're what, 20?
I was born in 93.
So you're what, 26?
24. I'll be 25 this week.
So if I was 10, I'm 36 now. You weren't even born.
You sure?
Pretty sure. If you're 24.
We're not really mathematicians here, but
no.
I'm sure this is an easy equation.
I'm pretty sure I'm 11 years older than you.
Okay, so maybe I was Okay, maybe just a year shy of me being born.
So
Maybe.
I was the original in Florida.
Exactly. You beat me to it.
Yeah, I was there before you.
I didn't really get to Florida till like '97. So
Yeah. So I went to I don't know if I went to Universal. But I went to Disney World. I
Mhm.
went to Busch Gardens, which was fucking terrible. I don't know why anybody goes to Busch Gardens. It's
My
bullshit.
mom went there when she was a kid as well. She said she didn't like it.
It's
Busch
bullshit.
Gardens is it's been around since the '70s. It's a lot different now. Busch Gardens is great. I'm sure all the rides that you saw back in the ancient days are. Speaking of the devil, I'm getting a FaceTime call from Anthony.
Oh, fuck off, Anthony.
Well, let's answer it real quick since we're on the show.
Oh yeah, you're on the computer.
I could have sworn. I was just. I could be wrong. Strong. I could have sworn.
Anthony, before you say anything, incriminating, I'm on the podcast. We are on live.
Okay, put me on right now. Go ahead.
You're on. I can probably everybody can hear you.
Fuck you. Send me the pictures. You're lucky that you have an uncircumcised cock, because if you didn't, I'd fucking post it all over the fucking internet. You old dick-looking fucking Romanian. Go back to fucking Romania, because I gotta tell you the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. You know that? Fuck you.
Oh my god, Eddie hung up.
He hung up. Yeah, I mean that's basically how most of our conversations end. We never really like to do formal goodbyes, because
What
it's
pictures?
too cheesy.
What pictures?
He has no pictures.
He
He's an
wants
idiot.
he wants you to send him pictures.
Oh, pictures. He wants me to send the pictures that I posted on Instagram.
Oh.
He can just get them from Instagram.
Yeah, screenshot
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just make it. Why you gotta make it hard on me? Make it easy for yourself. We don't gotta do the exchange of pictures. Yeah.
Now, like my interactions with Anthony, they have proven that he's not the most intelligent person.
No, not at all. We're the nicest.
No, he's kind of a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. Yeah, man. We just gave him a birthday shout out, and he comes over here and tells me to go fuck myself. It's not nice.
Wow. Send me the fucking pictures, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, Anthony, if you listen to this, go fucking screenshot them, you lazy cunt.
Unbelievable.
Well,
Gets into the way at our 15. What
oh wow, now you've lagged out. Anthony's hacked into the fucking internet now. What were we talking about before? We were talking about how shitty Busch Gardens is, but yeah, Busch Gardens sucks. I went to SeaWorld too.
SeaWorld's great. I didn't. SeaWorld's okay. They only have a few rides. I know they've gotten more. They, but I don't know. I am not a vegan at all, and I am not really too much of an like. I sympathize animals, but not into the extent of I think that SeaWorld are pieces of shit. I don't think so, but because they're losing a lot of, I guess you could say momentum, because a lot of people are attacking them for the whole whale captivity thing and all that stuff, which I get it. Whales are very intelligent animals. I don't think they should be cooped up in a tank. But I mean, did you have a fun time when you saw Shamu?
Yeah, it was great. Got me wet.
Matters.
I threw fucking fish in there at the stupid thing.
When are you ever going to do that in your life?
Never, because America won't let me back in there.
Wow. You're right. I'm an idiot.
I guess I could probably go to like China or Paris, Disney World Paris. Maybe they have fucking whales there.
They have a SeaWorld in China? Or maybe in like Singapore or something like that, no?
Maybe I could go. Oh, they have one in Ontario. Yeah, bro.
Not a SeaWorld.
They have fucking some shit there.
They got something, but it ain't SeaWorld.
It's probably not SeaWorld, no. Let's be honest. Well, what I was trying to get at was there's all these fancy things to do in Florida, but Halloween Horror Nights is where it's at.
Halloween Horror Nights is great. I mean, when a scary guy like Mike Perry is terrified. I mean, at this point we were crawling through the houses because we were so scared. We wanted no more pop-ups. We wanted no more surprises. We didn't want to see anything else. We just crawled and closed our eyes. We have like little girls that are more brave than us. It was pretty freaky.
So I'll tell you a story. Like I wouldn't be good at Halloween Horror Nights. So when I was 13 years old, me and my buddies were walking down the street, and it was obviously trick-or-treat time. The kids were out trick-or-treating and all this other bullshit. We walked by this house, and this stupid motherfucker jumped out of a bush wearing a Jason costume. He got lit up so bad. I punched him so hard in the face when he jumped out at me.
Were you a kid back then or no?
I was 13.
You were 13?
Yeah, we weren't trick or treating or nothing, but yeah, this stupid fuck, he tried to scare us. He got punched in the mouth.
Oh my god, that's you're mean at 13. I was very shy. You were obviously the opposite.
Well, it was like last year for you, bro. I don't expect you to be mean.
Oh, that's fucking rude.
So are you all packed up then? You ready
Nope,
to?
not even close,
No.
dude. I'm just cleaning the apartment just so I have a nice, tidy apartment to come back to. But I'm gonna have Sarah do the packing for me. I always do. It's always better when girls pack. They know how to do it efficiently. Here's the problem: is that men have the gift of underpacking.
Yeah,
You know, they just know exactly what to bring. But we're terrible packers. We could have like the bare minimum and we're just filling up suitcases because we don't know how to fold. We don't know how to roll our clothes. Women have a gift of packing very, very well. You should only let women do the packing. This is not a sexist thing. It's just they're just talented. But their disadvantage is that they overpack. Sarah's going to be here for 4 days and she's going to have twice the amount of luggage that I'm going to have. And I'll be there for 10 days. Granted, I do still have some stuff at my old house and everything, but that's the problem is that women can fold and pack you very well, but they have that just mental block of overpacking, which is, I guess, everybody's problem on the other side.
Well, you could tell Sarah she can save some room if she stopped wearing underwear.
Or if she just doesn't come.
Or that.
That's a lot of room saved right there.
Because you're flying, right?
Yeah, we're flying.
You didn't have to pay for a ticket, did you?
Of course I did. Why would I not? Of course I did.
That means you want her to go then.
Oh, for her ticket. Oh,
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Oh, okay. You didn't pay for her ticket.
Are you nuts? Are you crazy? My vacation starts when I drop her off at the airport at Florida International, at Fort Myers International. You know, that's when my vacation really starts. Are you nuts?
Hey, I just asked a question. Like, maybe you paid for a ticket and you secretly want her to be there.
I would keep it real with you, Tanner, at this point, you know?
I know. So,
But anyways, so here's the thing about this Halloween Horror Nights. I didn't really get into detail of why I love it so much.
yeah.
Horror Nights ranges from about $60 to $100 depending on the date. We're going on the most expensive days because Saturdays are the most, I guess you could say, packed and popular.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go on Saturdays. Fridays and Sundays are a lot cheaper, and I think the only other 2 days are Tuesdays, Wednesdays. And then Monday, Thursdays, there's none. I don't know. But they range from about $60 to $100. Now, a regular, just to get to Universal on a regular day is about $120 plus tax. And if you want to do the two-park pass, it'll be about $180, $200. What's great is that I'll spend around $60 to $100. I don't give a shit about Halloween Horror Nights. It's for entry. It's for a cheap entry to Harry Potter World. That's what's so fantastic about Halloween Horror Nights is that it's basically a cheap night ticket to go to Diagon Alley at night. It is
What?
it is and you know what's the great thing? They changed the entire park. Everything is Halloween themed except the Harry Potter Diagon Alley. Nothing is touched over there.
Really?
So it's a really cool. I mean, it's already a little creepy theme anyways.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's at night and you have some butterbeer, Tanner, it is the most satisfying thing you can go after doing haunted houses. And it's just a long day. You're talking like 5 hours of haunted houses. And then you sit down and crack open a butterbeer with a cold one with the boys. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't know that Halloween Horror Nights was so close to Harry Potter World. But it's the same place, yeah.
Mark.
So I did see a post the other day about you requesting information on what wand you should buy.
Yes. I actually got a text from you too that you actually wanted a wand. You want a Voldemort wand. Somebody also texted me that I should get a Voldemort wand too. So they have also, I'm getting Bryan Colwell on. They have these interactive wands. You can get regular wands or interactive wands that work at the park. There are
Oh.
stations, there are certain places at the park where if you wave it the right way, it has to be the right way. You can like flip pages in a book or make a water fountain go off without touching it. Those are interactive ones. The other ones don't really do anything. They're kind of just replicas. But the ones where you can actually go to the park, you take them with the park the next time,
Yeah.
and you just start waving it the right way. They show you directions on the floor of how it's supposed to be twisted and everything. It's crazy. You can make books move. You can make windows close. It's awesome.
Dario, that's a real magic wand.
That's what I'm saying. It's a magic wand. I mean,
That's a real wand.
do it perfectly too. You know, you have to do the whole thing. The only thing is you don't have to speak Latin. You
See,
just wave.
If I was gonna pick like a house for you to be a part of, like it definitely wouldn't be Gryffindor.
Nope.
It wouldn't be Slytherin.
Nope.
I think you'd be a Hufflepuff.
Nope. I am a Ravenclaw. I've done the test.
Have you? See, I'm a Slytherin.
Are you a Slytherin?
Yeah.
I am. You know, Hufflepuff. Yes, Hufflepuff are actually, personality-wise, you're very good with animals. You're like more of an animal person. I like animals, but I'm not really an animal person. I forget what Ravenclaw is. It's something so lame. Honestly, I got the lamest house all day.
It's gay. I know that.
It's
it sucks.
stupid. It's not. Nah, I don't like it. I've basically got a very bland house.
Gryffindor's boring too.
Gryffindor is boring, but I mean, everybody wants to be Gryffindor. Sarah did the test, and she's a Gryffindor, and that means she's brave. And I don't really understand that. We'll see how brave she is this weekend at Halloween Horror Nights.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're a Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not even that many famous wizards on. You know, they have like famous wizards that used to be in House Ravenclaw, and there really isn't that much. It's that guy that really. One of them is Lockhart, the one that zapped everyone's memory in book 2.
Yeah.
That guy's that one sucks. And then that other weird one, I forget what her name is, but we don't really have like 2 significant wizards. Really stupid.
I picture you more like a Mad Eye Moody type.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Mad Eye Moody was an alcoholic. I'm not there just yet, but don't worry, I'm on the way.
You're fucking close.
Very close.
Or maybe like a Sirius Black.
I want to be a Sirius Black. Severus was what? He was a Slytherin. Sirius, I think, was a Gryffindor for sure. I don't know. Whatever. I'll have to live with it. I am who I am. There is nothing I can do to change about it, okay?
How many Guinness did you have today?
I didn't have any Guinness. I haven't had a Guinness in a while. Actually, I had a Guinness last night, so I'm such a liar. I had a Guinness last night for
supper.
Wing Tuesday. There's a cool place, very English suburb in Montreal that
like you're texting at the same time.
Is more. I'm texting because I'm actually I'm looking for a song of the week.
Oh,
so I'm actually multitasking.
Okay,
yeah, of course. I'm not going to give you a song of the week here.
Okay,
you know.
So I got a story about song of the week because Bryan Colwell's girlfriend hijacked song of the week this week.
What is she? I hope it was something good. Let's go. I hope she has great taste.
It's that new Tech 9 fucking song, Let's Link.
I haven't heard it.
Okay, well, it could be shit. Let's do the actual song of the week.
Actual song of the week. You know what, man? I was going to do because it's more, I don't know. Okay, you have the choice.
Oh, no.
We're not going to do a poll. Should we do Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus? Or, because I'm just feeling it just because I'm going home, you know? I'm just feeling, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
That'll be my song on repeat on the plane. Or we can do Cardi B. I like it. I like that song a lot. It's very good. It's called I Like It. Just to let you know. So what do you think?
I think we're going to do both.
I think we'll line us up. We'll toss the other one that Colwell's girlfriend gave us, and we'll go straight to that.
So it was Cardi B. What?
I Like It. And then we have Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus.
Party. I won't remember these.
Okay.
So I got to write them down. I like that, Dario. I'm happy that you're so happy that you're going home. I'm a little disturbed that Sarah's going with you because I'm scared for your safety.
It's disturbing as well.
Yeah. Now, have you been in contact with Manny Montreal?
I have not. Oh, I actually, see, I'm talking and I'm like contradicting about the whole Guinness thing. I just actually spoke with him yesterday.
Okay.
Very, 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 or actually this morning. Just a message, like a couple links or whatever, once a day. Very short conversation. I haven't actually had a talk, I guess, a chat with him in a little bit, but it's been a couple weeks, I guess.
Okay,
But hi here and there and all that stuff. I see some of his stuff on social media. I wish he was a little bit more optimistic.
me
You know,
too.
Manny, we're all going through hard times, um, and maybe sometimes the hard times are more consistent than not. But it's just what it is. Manny's he's older than me, so he knows. I'm still an ignorant young man that believes there's still something to look forward to in this world. But
Yeah.
if I can give you some of my ignorance, I would say, just I guess be optimistic.
Keep
That's
it
the best.
positive,
Keep
motherfucker.
positive attitude. That's it, man. Keep it fucking real, Manny.
Okay.
You need to start. You need to start going at the throats. That's what I'm saying, man. You have to start going at throats because that's what's gonna happen. As soon as my back's against the wall, I'm going after everyone.
Yeah, snatching fucking windpipes
That's
like
it.
Patrick
That's it.
Swayze in Roadhouse.
And we're not asking questions, and we're not taking names.
No. Okay, I'm gonna ask you your opinion on a current event that happened here in Saskatchewan the other day. So a young girl who was 6 years old who has autism and she wasn't vocal, she can't speak, she had another impairment. Apparently, the first thing that came out was that she was kidnapped. What actually happened was the parents of this young lady left their vehicle running in a strip mall parking lot, and a gentleman came up and stole the vehicle and had no idea that there was a child in the back seat. Now, the next morning, the vehicle was recovered abandoned, and the girl was still in the back seat. She was fine, nothing happened. But how dumb are you to leave your vehicle going in a strip mall with a child in the back seat?
That's I don't you know what before recent events where people are making this like a very big issue and they very well should be. I just can't believe it's not. I left my windbreaker in the car that I was supposed to pack. That's understandable. You can leave some socks in there or your gym bag or something like that. I don't understand how you can leave your child, whether you're going home, whether you're going to make a stop at the grocery store. I mean, like, how inconvenient is you wanted the thing. You wanted the goddamn thing, okay? You have to take care of it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's yours. It's a liability. You cannot. I don't care if it's a 5-minute trip to the drugstore to go get your medication or whatever it is. You clearly need more medication if you're leaving your kids in the car.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a nice 60-degree Fahrenheit day out and there's a nice little cool breeze. You don't do that. I don't understand. Running or not, it's not right.
No, same thing as leaving your fucking pets in the vehicle.
Yeah, they should be exactly. They should be those parents or parent should be just as much as in trouble as the thief who stole the car. I mean, they should get the same punishment.
They should get the same punishment. Now, this gentleman was never caught. He got away with it. Took a young lady for a joyride in their parents' vehicle, but yeah, they never caught him. But that happened to North Battleford, Saskatchewan, a couple hours away from my place. So
how hard is it to find who did it in Saskatchewan? Aren't you guys like about 76 people there?
Yeah, there's only like 10 of us.
Yeah, you can't like single anyone out.
No, can't point fingers. So it's not the Canadian thing to do.
Tanner,
you think it was me?
are you a bad driver?
I know. I have my own vehicle. I don't need to steal somebody's.
Okay.
I said it could have been an American for all I know.
Do we need to talk off air?
No, we don't need to talk off air.
I'm here for you.
I know you're here for me. So, Dario, I know you got things to do. I know you want to yell at Anthony Chiappetta for FaceTiming you and being so rude and telling you to go fuck yourself live on a podcast.
I give him an outlet and he treats me like that. Unbelievable.
Garbage. Songs of the week again. What was it?
Cardi B, I Like It, or Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA.
So super duper Dario minute. Dario, get us the fuck out of here.
Guys, I will see you all the way from Southwest Florida. Maybe, hopefully, I'll be on next week's podcast. Take care. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, welcome back to the Final Shot Podcast. Today, the podcast is brought to you by On It. Do you motherfuckers like earth-grown nutrients? And do you like to get a deal on earth-grown nutrients? If you do, go to www.onit.com and use the promo code TFS Podcast on your checkout. Pick up some fucking Alpha Brain. Pick up some New Mood. Get some Shroom Tech Sport. Get something to fucking make you feel good. Order a fucking mace or a battle rope. Do something with your life. Onnit.com. We're also brought to you by Smile Spray, Smile V Liquid. I like this one. This one's Cinnamon Hearts. It's not fucking around. Go check them out. Get the shaking spray. Smile Spray. Last but not least, we're brought to you by Buds and Leaves. Get yourself a Buddha stick. Pick yourself up some CBD capsules. Buds and Leaves, they're not playing either. All right. Guys, you can see who we got on today. It's fucking Optimus Prime. It's probably not. You can take that fucking thing off your head now.
Hey, man, if Dario can wear a moose outfit, I should be able to wear this freaking Optimus helmet. But all right. I'll do what the fans want. Nobody wants to see that. But people do want to see Dario in a moose helmet, so I guess that was dumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got two-time national champion Bryan the Tick Colwell. He's back on. We're going to talk about some weird shit today, I think.
Oh, probably. I mean, this episode's been a little while coming, so.
Yeah, so Dario has fallen down this rabbit hole with World of Warcraft. You're the only person I know that could explain this stupid fucking game to me.
Okay. For the record, fans who are listening, you're probably going to want to skip ahead 3-4 minutes because you don't, like, if you're a fan of boxing, you don't need to hear this. But if you genuinely want to know what World of Warcraft is about, why it's a sensation, then here's, like, the quickest synopsis I can give it.
What is all the noise? Let's stop. What is all the fucking noise?
Okay. There's noise in the background? There shouldn't be. Like, there's a dog walking around.
It was the dog that I could hear.
Oh, yeah, it's Apollo. It's my strength and conditioning coach's dog. Here, I'll give everybody a look. Here's Apollo.
Look at this little fucker.
Oh, he's not little, but he's a dope dog. That's for sure.
Okay.
Anyways.
World of Warcraft.
Noise is World of Warcraft. Oh, God. Can't believe I'm doing this. All right. So, basically, everybody knows what Lord of the Rings is. There's the basic idea of, like, elves, orcs, and humans. So in the same way that Lord of the Rings is a completely different world than ours, this whole World of Warcraft thing is a completely different world than ours. The basis of it is, so the only other thing I need to explain before we move forward is everybody's aware that there's different types of video games, right? There's sports games and blah, blah, blah. Well, an MMO, which is what World of Warcraft now is called, a massive multiplayer online. Before World of Warcraft came along, it was what's called an RTS, which is real-time strategy, which was Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. And that was back in, like, God, I want to say, like, 1990 and 2000. Anyways, World of Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 came along, had a ton of success. Then the genre started to die, so they created this MMO. And World of Warcraft is the king of MMOs. Like, anybody who pretends that World of Warcraft isn't the biggest game that's been released ever, at one point, like, was subscription based, they were bringing in like $100 million a month just from subscriptions.
Wow.
Like, yeah. Anyways, so skipping back to the beginning, Warcraft 1. We're on the world of, I think it's called Azeroth. There's humans, elves, and dwarves. And yeah, we have our issues, but we always work shit out. Then, out of nowhere, boom, these fucking orcs invade. Literally, like, through a portal. They made a movie about it. That was the World of Warcraft movie. That was kind of the set. So anyways, so these orcs, so Warcraft 1, the video game, is all about these orcs coming, and then we beat them off. I can't remember, beat them off. Well played, Brad. We beat them up. So Warcraft 2, I can't really remember what the storyline of Warcraft 2 was. Something about a second invasion or some shit like that. But anyways, at the end of Warcraft 2, we kicked the shit out of the orcs. Like, they all end up in what they call internment camps, and they're basically just slaves at this point. So between Warcraft 2 and 3, there's this brand new orc, this special orc named Thrall, who gets born, and he's like a super orc. Like, he's super duper smart and blah, 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 blah. So Warcraft 3, which was the last one, was this idea of, like, the orcs rise up and leave. Basically, like, there's two continents, and they leave the one continent they're on, and they go to this other one. And the whole thing about Warcraft 3 is to figure out why the orcs invaded, what was going on in their home planet, and everything like that, which, if you guys really want to know, you can watch the movie, because it'll do a pretty good job of explaining it. And that was the end of Warcraft 3. And the big thing is we found out about the orcs didn't invade on their own, but they were basically brought by these demons. Anyway, so that's Warcraft 3 in like a super short nutshell. Then World of Warcraft comes along, and it's the exact same world, the exact same everything, but it's just a progression in the storyline. So try and keep this short as possible. The world of Azeroth was created by the Titans. The Titans go around and create worlds everywhere. The opposite of the Titans is the Burning Legion, which is all these demons, and they go around and they destroy everything the Titans do because that's just the way it works. The demons found the orcs, realized they were badass, turned them into super demons, and then used them to invade Azeroth. At the end of Warcraft 3, we find that out, and then World of Warcraft basically moves forward as the fact of, like, we start figuring out all this shit that's been happening, like, outside of the world. In the way that, like, you know how Marvel movies are now, they're not about Earth anymore, but they're starting to look at, like, the universe as a whole and all the other shit that's going on? Same kind of principle. And then, World of Warcraft, when it started out, the max level was 60, I think, and now the max level is, like, 120, because with every expansion, they've raised the level, like, 10 levels. So, this thing's been out for, like, 10, 12 years now, so there's a lot more, like, lore and story that goes behind it. But if anybody really wants to know what it's about, it's basically just orcs, humans, and dwarves, and elves all fighting. Sometimes they're allies, sometimes they're not, and then you throw in demons and this other shit, and it's just, it's a good time. I'll say that. Dario's having some good fun. Although it might cost him his relationship, because that's definitely been known to happen.
Okay, so
that was a short, terrible version of World of Warcraft.
I watched the trailer for the new one. It looked badass, and then I watched some gameplay, and I wanted to fucking kill myself.
Oh hell yeah! And that's because oh Jesus Christ, you guys are never gonna have me on here again. So when you think about like Xbox and PlayStation, when a game developer makes one of those, they have the specs immediately. Like they know exactly what an Xbox can and can't do, a PlayStation can and can't do, and so on and so forth. So those games are very easy. When it comes to PCs, like a Mac is different than a PC. But even within a PC, you can have 40,000 different types of hard drives, 40,000 different kinds of video cards, memory, processor, all of that, and then each one of those is interchangeable. So when you build a video game like that, it's very hard to make it look amazing because you don't know what the person on the opposite end is running. So you have to make this like this gigantically generally compatible game so that everybody on a computer can play it. Whereas if you have the same game on Xbox, that's why like Destiny and shit like that has those crazy good graphics or whatever like that. And so that's how that works. Or for something actually you're a little more familiar with, Fortnite?
Yeah.
So Fortnite actually is the first version of that type of video game was a game called PUBG, Player Unknown Battleground, and it started on PC, and it was kind of like Counter-Strike in the sense of like its realism. Then Fortnite came along and made it all cartoony and shit, and then they took it from PC to Xbox and PlayStation and everything like that because it's a way better market. And that's when it really exploded, was when it made the move from PCs to X, because anybody can hop on a Xbox and PlayStation and do Fortnite.
Yeah.
For on a PC or something like that, you got to make sure that your computer can run it, right? So you automatically chop away part of your demographic and that's it. That's why Fortnite's had so even though in my opinion I've played both, PUBG is a better game. It's way just better inside and out. It's got way more going on. Fortnite is way more accessible.
Yeah.
By everybody. And then there's a lot more going on in PUBG, whereas Fortnite is basically just you get your guns, you start building, you start killing people. Whereas PUBG has a lot more video games aren't real, but it's a lot more realistic, and you have to open and close doors and shit like that. So, and there's tons of other little things like that. Environments are more realistically destructible, blah blah blah. But yeah, so that's kind of that's the difference. Whereas Fortnite can be this cartoony thing because it makes it easier on all these platforms. World of Warcraft is the same thing. They can make these crazy good videos, but when it comes to actually letting people run, I don't have the same computer as you. So, if you have so how do we both play Fortnite together? We'll have to make sure mine can run it if it ain't yours is going to. Whereas we're on Xbox, it's just everybody can run it. So that's why console games are in my opinion usually better graphics than PC games.
Okay.
But that being said, PC games are making a comeback.
You're comfortable with yourself, right?
Oh, not at all. I'm well aware that it's game over for me at this point.
Okay. Like there's something
I
going
signed up.
on with your headphone. It's like falling apart as we're talking.
Yeah, it's a Beats by Dre headphone.
Piece of shit.
Yep. Will not purchase another pair ever.
Fuck. All right, let's get off this weird topic of video games because I literally lost interest 10 minutes ago.
Dude, I could see you slowly, like your chin was like dropping and dropping and dropping. And it's like, dude, is this guy gonna be over? And that was, keep in mind, that was me pointedly trying to keep that short. So I apologize to the fans and listeners of this podcast. At the end of the day, you should have just had Dario explain it because he would have made it funny.
He wouldn't explain it. I tried.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, Dario is happy with himself and does love his life. So
Yeah.
it was, it's the way it goes.
So, fight news. You do have some fight news. You got a fight coming up.
Yes, sir. October 13th, I am back in the ring for the first time since Nationals against Ben Alvarez, the Alberta Heavyweight Champion. We're doing it here in Souk, and it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm up working with Rich Lestage, and I think it's really going to make the difference in this fight.
How do you like it up there with Rich?
It's incredible. It really is. It's just like, there's that saying that everybody overuses because they don't actually know what they're talking about from Floyd Mayweather about, oh, there's levels to this shit, or like, and it was one of those things. Being up there with Rich is it was an eye opener of like reinforcing that fact. And like Rich holds all his guys to a standard of technique and power and intensity and the way they train that it's just like when you walk in the gym, you just see it feeling like. Yeah. And it's really hard to take a round off. Or like when I'm hitting the heavy bag, for example, because Rich has got me on a 20 right now. He's got me on a 20-round training rank. It's all laid out. It's the same program and blah blah blah. So anyway, so 5 of those 20 rounds is me on the heavy bag for 5 rounds straight, right? So I'm on the heavy bag and I'm kicking the shit out of it and I'm feeling good about myself. And I started to get tired about round 3 and I step back for like half a second, just kind of take a breath. And I've got Oakley Irish. We call him Irish on here, right now. I've got Irish. Little 11-year-old kid that Rich is born with, like 2 or 3, hitting the bag beside me. So I take a step out, and I swear to God, the kid was like looked over at me and was like, "Oh fuck you," and just unloads a 10-punch combo, steps out and steps in for another 10-punch combo, and it's like, oh, so here I am getting outworked by an 11-year-old, and that's the kind of, and it's not just Irish though, it's everybody in that gym, like, what's his name, Eli. Yeah. Always says, like, Lions Den, lions only, because it frickin' is. Like, everybody in there's a lion licking its chops, and it's waiting for you to take a round off so that it can fucking hunt your ass. And yeah, we're all teammates and everything like that, but at the end of the day, it's survival of the fittest in that gym, and that's making us all better. Yeah.
Rich is, he's a fantastic coach, and he's a guy that I would probably say that is, I don't want to say like a diamond in a rough, but definitely not talked about as much as he should be in the sport of boxing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's that in my opinion just comes down to demographics. Plain and simply, we we hardly have a boxing scene at all in BC, but it's not very big. And it's just so not people don't know about Rich. But at the same time, the people who matter in boxing in Western Canada and even the States at all, like they know who Rich is, right? Like, for example, like I know you've had Flyboy Johnson on here before and everything like that, like, and he was a sparring partner in Triple G's last camp. Like Triple G's camp flew Rich in and everything like that to corner Deshaun because, like, and now that's partly because they were stepping up the sparring so bad, but like that's the level that Rich Lestage is on.
Yeah.
Deshaun hasn't been his fighter. Deshaun has what, like 48 or 49 fights? He's 22 and something. Anyways, and not all of those have been with Rich, but Deshaun is the real deal. And it's like, so when he gets put in these situations, it's not like I'm sure over the years he's worked with hundreds of coaches. What's the coach he calls to go to Triple G's camp? Rich Lestage.
It's a pretty cool thing. Now, speaking of Deshaun Johnson, he's off in Dublin, Ireland right now, and Conor McGregor's camp helping him get ready for Khabib, which is that's interesting.
I like it. Like Deshaun, I think it fits a better. I didn't even know about him until Adam and Rich and even Terry up there started talking to them. But I think Deshaun fits better your diamond in the rough.
Yes.
Thing. He's just one of those guys that he's had to take shitty fights because boxing is a business and it sucks and blah blah. But he really is a diamond in the rough, and that, like, I've watched some of his stuff, and he really deserves more than he got out of the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he did, like, for his record, you look at his record and you go, oh, he hasn't done shit. But it's like, actually, this is a guy that, now that he's no longer competing, in my opinion, or at least for right now isn't, is getting way better opportunities. And it's also because of that business he started up with the doggy doors on windows and everything. That's doing well enough that, from what I understand, I don't know personally, but it's doing well enough that he's able to, like, kind of pick and choose. Like, you know, it's not like he has to go money anymore. He's kind of like, you know, from what I understand, the Triple G camp and then and now the Conor McGregor, it wasn't like he had to go. It was more of like he could go because he wanted to. So
Yeah.
I think that's a big change for him.
That dog needs its fucking nails cut.
It's actually it's the reason it's walking around so much. We've actually got to go into the vet right now. We're not sure if it's something's going on. Like he's in pain, right? Like he's walking around because he's like, he goes from person to person because, like, we're trying to figure out what's going on. But it's just he's obviously in pain with his hip or something, and he just goes from person to person trying to basically, like, he doesn't know, all he knows is it's pain. So he'll just go up and he's just, like, whimpering next to you and shit like that just because he just wants it to go away.
He wants help.
Yeah, so not we, it's not my dog, it's Justin, my strength and conditioning coach, has taken him to the vet, and they're in the process of figuring it out and everything like that. It just sucks when you see, like, dogs are better than most people out there, and it just sucks to see something like that happening, but that's why he's pacing around. Sorry for everybody hearing the toes in the background.
Hey, here's little
Click.
yeah, clickety click clicks all over the floor. Okay, so I seen a post this morning. You were in bed with your girlfriend. No.
That happens once in a while.
Okay. Now she's still in town.
Till Monday. And then she goes to San Jose to go to chiropractic school for 3.5 years.
Then you're free.
Then it's just basically this house that I'm in just becomes full-on fight camp. Like, you know, it's just, I'm looking forward to it.
So,
looking forward to, like, between Rich up Island and living with my strength and conditioning coach, I'm trying to create as much as I can the same environment that I had in Montreal, where it's just, I don't talk to people, I'm isolated as much as I can be, and it's just training, and then unfortunately now, because of finances, work as well.
So, like, right now, are you living with your strength and conditioning coach, or are you living with your girlfriend?
No, I'm living here, and then she's staying here for a couple of days before, because she rented out her place long term because she's gone for 3 years, so she's staying here until she leaves.
Okay, so you guys got rid of that apartment that you were in before?
No, it was her condo. It's actually her condo.
Oh, she owns it.
Yeah, she owns a condo right across from the Johnson Street Bridge. So
okay.
Yeah,
So that's been subletted then to somebody, rented out?
Yeah, dude, $3,300 a month furnished. So for anybody thinking of moving to Victoria, fucking don't. You can't do it.
Yeah, it's not affordable to live in Victoria at all.
Yeah, luckily I'm living with a strength and conditioning coach.
Jesus Christ. Now, there's something going on with your sound right now, Bryan, where it feels like you're stuck in a pop can or some shit. I don't know if it's those shitty fucking headphones, or if you've got,
probably almost definitely,
or if you've got the microphone on the phone plugged.
Maybe, is that better?
No, not really. I think it's those shitty ass headphones.
Right. Okay. Let me pop the headphones off and let's see.
I legit think there was something like fucked up with those headphones.
Probably. We good now?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, perfect. So for everybody else, go buy Monster headphones. Don't buy Beats by Dre.
They suck.
For like the 7th time.
They suck. What else was I going to talk to you about today? Did you watch the Triple G Canelo fight?
Yes, I did. I've seen it twice now.
What did you score it?
Honestly, 6-6.
It's a fair
but
score.
at the same time, like the thing was, like, I kind of got the same, like the first fight, as we discussed, like I could see it a 6. It was such a close, like the problem with the first fight is it was such a close fight and it just got overshadowed and destroyed by that terrible Adelaide Bird scorecard. Because the first fight was close. I had it scored the first fight 7-5 Triple G. I could have seen it 8-4 Triple G. I could have seen it begrudgingly, if you're a big Canelo nut hugger fan, I could see the argument for 6-6. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's right, but I can see if you're a huge Canelo fan that you could make that argument. That was the first fight, right? I still think Triple G won. In this fight, it was even closer. And that's why I go 6-6, because a lot of those rounds really could have went other way. And I know other people have discussed this already. Even on the pod, I don't know if they've discussed it, but I've heard a lot of it. It comes down to it might have been Dario's status or something like that. I can't remember. One of the guys in our local circle, and basically the fight came down to, in my opinion, what do you like more? Do you like nice, clean jabs and clean boxing that Triple G was doing, or do you like that Mexican style pressure that Canelo was bringing and everything like that? Exactly. And I think people are doing, even me. Now, granted, both times I've watched it has been with commentators on, so I'm looking forward to watching it with sound and commentators off, because Max Kellerman is really good at swaying your opinion and stuff like that. And also, a lot of people were giving Canelo a lot of praise, and we're giving him a lot because of the quote unquote story of the fight, because this time he wasn't moving. And even for the first, now granted, Canelo won the first 2 rounds, absolutely. Nobody's going to judge. No, I don't think anybody's going to argue that. But when it started getting to 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and in my mind I'm going oh my God, Canelo's doing so amazing and blah, blah, blah. And then it was all of a sudden just at this one point in the fight, it's just it kind of switched for me. I looked and it's Canelo's standing in front of him, but those body shots that are so devastating, they're hitting Triple G's elbow. And as the fight went on, we saw Triple G lean forward a bit more and bring his hands down. Yeah, we saw him turn into those. But I mean, at that level, with everything Triple G's been through, all of his, you really think that those were really hurting him? They weren't fun. Absolutely not. Canelo doesn't hit, but it's the idea that Canelo was somehow winning this body shot battle. It's there was 40 body shots thrown and maybe 10 of them landed. And it's so I think there's a little bit of, and even myself watching it, that's why I got to watch it some more and everything. I think Canelo was kind of given more praise than he really deserved because of the story of the fight, right?
Yeah. I scored the fight. I've watched it 3 times. Each time I've watched it with commentary, without commentary. I've scored it for Triple G by 2 rounds.
That's fair.
There's something to be said for coming forward, and pushing the action, but there's also got to be something said for the guy that's using angles.
Well, no. Let's go back to that. Remember in the first fight when everybody went, "Oh, Triple G was moving forward. Triple G was moving forward." All of the fucking Canelo fans and Adelaide Bird and everything were "Oh, there's a difference between aggression and effective aggression," and that was the argument against Triple G's win. Well, you could turn around and you could do the same thing against Canelo.
True.
He was aggressive pushing the fight, but was just because you're standing in front of somebody and just because you're moving your head and you're not getting hit, are you being effective with that aggression? Which I don't particularly think he really was.
No. He's got something that's in his jaw. Triple G did hurt him. I believe it was in the 9th round.
Yeah, we all saw that right hand.
He did hurt him, but it was the closest that the fight was to being anywhere near close to being over. That was the closest point in the whole fight. I don't think Canelo had him in trouble. The HBO guys were very, very biased towards Canelo. Oh, Triple G's tired. Listen, it's a fucking 12 round. It's a 12-round fight. He's going to get tired, but he's also controlling the pace. His jab was fucking phenomenal.
It's just it brought me back to the Lemieux fight. It's and for all those people, the jab is the most important punch you have. It's the least damaging. It's never going to knock anybody out. It's never going to be a highlight reel, but is the single most because it dictates everything.
I was teaching class on Friday night, the night before Triple G versus Canelo. And I had our amateur competition guys in there. I said, "What's the most important punch in boxing?" Nobody really answered the question. One guy said the jab, and I said, "You're fucking right, it is. It's the only punch that you have that can dictate the course of a fight. It's the only one that you can throw like a piston repeatedly."
And it should offensively and defensively, it should set everything else up.
Yeah. And then the next question was, how many different jabs do you know?
Ooh.
Oh, there's more than one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a great question, right?
Yeah. There's more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Just for starters, you have a pivot jab where you don't step in. There's a step in jab. There's an up jab. There's a power jab. There's 6 different variations of it.
There's the sneaky jab where you kind of turn it into a hook halfway through.
There's the flick jab that Roy Jones Jr. was really good at.
Yep.
There's a million different types of jabs, but which ones are effective? Can you learn them all? Can you put them all into practice? Probably not. Pick 3.
Well, yeah, but you're just like, yeah, you're better off doing one of them completely right, than but just understanding that they all have their place and everything. And, and like Rich would always say is it matters less about the jab, but like, where are you before the jab? Where are you after the jab? What does the jab set up? Again, why the jab is so important.
Well, it told the story in that whole fight with Triple G and Canelo because it controlled the fight.
Mm-hmm.
How many jabs were landed? Fucking 190?
Yeah, so I can't remember the CompuStat, but it's just like my left arm is sore just thinking about throwing that many jabs.
I think Triple G threw a right hand in the first 2 rounds.
No.
It was just jabs.
Yep.
But I don't...
Triple G came on hard at the end of that fight, too. I think, especially afterwards when everybody's like, oh, Abel Sanchez, do you think that's how Canelo was going to come forward? And he was like, yeah. It's exactly what we thought he was going to do because we all know that he had a big thing to prove to the biggest thing is to his own fans. Nobody was harder on Canelo than his own fans.
No.
And I mean, and nobody besides his best nut-hugging buddy that he keeps around just as friends told him that he won that fight.
Yeah.
I guarantee there was people in his own gym, his main sparring partners, were probably coming in and be like, Alevato, Holmes, you think you won that fight? No, man. I don't know how. I'm sorry, that was terrible, people. But and the same thing is who. So when circle back, Abel Sanchez and Triple G thought that was going to happen. So I think that the no right hand in the first 2 rounds was just to get a look at what they knew Canelo was going to come with this new tactic, but just get a look at it. What's he trying to do? And I'll give this straight up to Rich. I didn't realize this, and I'm looking forward to rewatching because of it.
Yeah.
And I want to rewatch both fights. But Triple G was using that jab to bait Canelo in.
Yes.
And Canelo wasn't biting. He was a little bit, but he was biting on his terms, which is why he was eating so many of those jabs, right? Which I didn't realize, and I'm looking forward to watching the fight again. And the same thing that Triple G was trying to do in the first fight. He was trying to work that jab but Canelo just refused to engage in the center of the ring, right? So
I know Rich Lestage
but again,
scored the fight for Triple G.
Oh, of course he did. Well, look at press row, whatever it was. 2 of them scored it for Canelo, 14 had it to draw, and 34 had it for Triple G. So.
I thought Triple G won the first fight hands down.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is you're the only discussion for the first fight is whether Triple G won it 7-5 or 8-4.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I thought it was 8-4. I thought that I'm not mad at the result of the fight because it was excellent.
The fight was 100% the best fight of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And the second best fight is their first one. And I would say, granted, I'd have to dig into my vault and I'd have to go around and look. Actually, I'd have to call Manny Montreal would probably be my best bet. But I could say there's an argument for the best fight of the last decade. It was so good.
It's
I'd have to really. That's quite a bold statement to make.
It's very bold, but it could be true. Most action packed for sure.
Yeah, and also it was the story of the fight is what made it what made it so good. First fight, Canelo runs away. Second fight, he's right in front of him. First fight, Triple G gets robbed. The second one is close. I don't know. For the people talking about a trilogy, I don't on one hand, if Triple G was 35 instead of 38, I'd be totally on board with a trilogy. But it's best case scenario because Kovalev and Alvarez just got announced for February. There's no it before March or May or something like April.
Yeah.
And it's God, that's pretty close. Half a year away. And that's if they get it put back together then. We're going to see an even older Triple G. And that's what I think,
I don't know. So like I'm interested in a trilogy, but at the same time I'm kind of not, because I'd personally much rather see Danny Jacobs and Canelo. I think that's a crazy good fight. I think it's stylistically a really good fight. I don't think it's going the distance, but I'd be
I think
much.
it's David Lemieux next for Canelo.
Hey, that's not a fight. Like that's good for Canadian boxing, 100%. I think that's a great fight. I'm way more interested in Lemieux Canelo than I am Pacquiao Mayweather too.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about that fight? David Lemieux fought Spike O'Sullivan on the undercard of the Canelo Triple G fight. I like Spike O'Sullivan. I love his mustache. I like that he talks shit. I don't like that he got knocked out in the first fucking round by a French guy. That pissed me off.
Yeah, that was. I was like, well, I didn't listen to your Thursday podcast until Monday, right? So that's when I
Okay.
heard your picks or whatever like that, right? So, but yeah, I honestly, I didn't think that fight. I thought it was. I 100% thought it was going to be a knockout. I was just thinking it was going to be more. I was going to think it was like third or fourth round, and like both guys were going to be bloodied up. But nope, it just goes to show, man, do not get hit by Lemieux's left hook.
Nah, he hits hard.
Whatever you're doing with your life, people, don't get hit by Lemieux's left hook. Like it ends people.
I realistically think like those are the type of guys that David Lemieux's gonna beat. He doesn't have a chance against Triple G. Triple G already put that to bed. He doesn't have a
Mm-hmm.
chance against Canelo. What they're gonna sit in the pocket and trade. David Lemieux's been knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo has it. You don't think that Canelo's not gonna knock him out if they sit in the pocket for 10 seconds and trade? One
Well,
hundred percent.
the big thing, like with the canonizing power that we've seen from canonizing, that's not a word, from Lemieux with his left hook. We all know Triple G has nothing but has nuclear bombs in his hand, right?
Yeah.
Like we've all seen that. We know that. People can say, "Oh, he beat taxi drivers and blah blah blah." Shut the fuck up. We know Triple G has nuclear bombs in his hands. I am blown away by the quality of Canelo's chin that he's taken two of those and literally not taken a step backwards. The second one he got hurt in the second fight, but I mean that first fight, we all saw that first overhand right that tripled, and I thought it was game over for Canelo's children at that point. But so what I'd really like to see is like we all know Lemieux has devastating power in his left hook, but he's not as skilled a boxer as other people, so he has trouble setting it up and landing it against high level fighters. What I'd like to see is exactly what you're talking about. Let's put Canelo and Lemieux in the pocket together, and I genuinely want to kind of see Lemieux hit a full power left hook and see if Lemieux's left hook is more powerful than Triple G's right hand, so to speak, right?
It's a fun fucking science experiment. I like it.
Yeah, like let's see, like I like Canelo, but at the same time, fuck Canelo. Let's see what his chin's about.
Well,
we already know it's amazing. Push the science.
We know that David Lemieux's chin can't take Triple G's shot.
Yeah.
So
That's another one I hadn't even considered. Yeah.
So it'd be fun to see because Canelo's taken full on Triple G punches to the dome, like you've said. He got hurt once for a couple seconds. It'd be fun to see if he could take that left hook.
Mm-hmm.
But it all depends where that left hook hits. Everybody has an off switch.
Mm-hmm.
We have three of them.
Mm-hmm.
One here, and both sides of the head, right here in the temples. Those are your fucking off switches. They just got to get punched hard enough.
Yep. Or the right angle.
That's
I mean, you've been in this, how many light phantom punches or whatever you want to say over the years have we seen where like remember when Forrest Griffin fought Anderson Silva? When Anderson actually knocked him out, those last 2 or 3 punches, like there was nothing on that. It's just 4 ounce, and it was just like you said, right on the off switch.
Yep.
Like people were booing Forrest and like, oh, he took a dive and stuff. No, when you've been in the sport as long as Forrest Griffin have and taken the abuse, your off switches are a little more accessible.
Yeah.
It's just his off switch got flicked.
I've never been knocked like clean out, but I've had flash ones. And ooh, fuck, and you hear the buzz. Ryan James he's hit that a couple times. You're familiar with him. Fucking awkward dude. Another nerd. But he hits hard and he's hit the switch before. It's a weird feeling though. You just kind of come to and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yep. And you know another thing with the flashes, right? I've been flashed once by Artur when I was your boy from Montreal when I was there the first time I ever sparred with him. Oh, so great. He learned a lot from that first one, and then the sparring sessions got better. Anyways, yeah, actually that's the thing is you get up and that's the thing is like there's the buzzing and everything, and like when I got hit anyway, all I was thinking, like I remembered absolutely everything. Like I caught, like it's not like I got flashed and I hit the ground. Like he hit me so hard that I basically fell over backwards and I had to like scoop my hands out from underneath me and everything.
Yeah.
But it was like getting up it was like exactly what you're saying. The first thing that I thought was like I could see my coach being like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine," and he's like, and it was like, and I looked at him and I was like, "What did I get hit with though?" Like, and then. So they got up and they checked me and they're like, "Oh, okay, you're totally fine." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine," but like, what did I get? And then in the second round, Archer pulled the exact same move, and only this time I saw it a little bit coming, and I was able to shoulder roll a bit, and it was just a beautifully placed right hand over my jab. But it was like, yeah, I'll never forget that feeling of getting up and like just that ring for half a second, but like being fully awake, fully aware, and just like and being like, because it's the punch you don't see coming, right?
Yeah,
like,
those are the ones that get you.
And Archer did a great job of setting it up and hiding it over behind my jab. And it was just like, and then in the second round I saw it. And honestly, when I saw it in the second round, I was just like, "You bastard. Like, fuck. I should not have gotten hit by that."
He's a great person too. He's super nice.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, when I added up on Instagram, he still, I mean, Archer's got what, like 5,000 followers. I don't even know. I haven't checked his Instagram in a while, but he still he likes in all of my stuff. Like, you know, and he's like, I like Archer, and I mean, I've got the same kind of mentality as Manny Montreal about him. I love his big stupid Russian hat he wears on the way out with his, Montreal Canadiens jersey. And when I met him in person, he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
Awesome, great.
I love the hat. I've had the privilege of watching him fight live in Edmonton. He fought a Croatian person, and he just mollywopped this guy, but I got to talk to him a little bit. He's super nice. His English was a little broken at that point, but nice guy. I've heard that he's better on the English now.
Yeah, well, the second time that I sparred him or whatever, we were supposed to be the last sparring of the day because we're heavyweights. But when we got there, like his manager, trainer, whatever, came over and it was our second or third session. Was like, "Hey, can you get ready fast? Because like Archer has to get done this because he's got to go to his English lessons."
Oh, who are you shushing?
Yeah.
Who are we shushing right now?
My girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she better keep her trap shut.
Yeah. No, she's
just kidding.
She's getting the. Hey, everybody hearing the click, click, click. You want to know why the dog's running around? Because he's all fired up because Hannah's walking through the room.
Where's Hannah? She can pick song of the week this week.
Hey.
Hi,
you guys
Hannah.
can see her.
How's it going?
Hannah,
Hey, you're on the. What's the song of the week?
what song of the week this week?
The Tech 9, what's it called?
It's your
You
song?
give me a second. I'll go grab it.
Oh, okay. And she's going to grab my charger too while she's up there, right?
Is there a please in that?
Yes, please. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get Song of the Week in a minute, people. It's the new Tech 9 one. It's got a lot of techno in it. I don't think Adam's going to be I don't think anyone's going to be a fan, actually, if I can be honest about it.
You
Tanner
hated
definitely
it.
won't be.
You hated it.
No, the new Tech 9, like it's not like the Tech 9 stuff about it is all right, but it's just like he goes a little too far off of like the the screechy techno.
Oh, okay. Hannah likes it
Like,
though.
it's like, wah, 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 wah. And I'm like, okay, this is a bit much.
Hannah loves it.
Well, she's a dancer, right? So she, like whatever, like to a certain, she loves all music, right? Like she was like she went to UVic on a dance scholarship for fuck's sakes. Like so
when you say dancer, what do you mean by dancer? Like,
I mean, okay, fair enough, well played. I mean, actual real dancer, as in like BC champion for tap, jazz, hip hop.
National winner, dude.
National champion. Sorry, guys. For ballet, jazz, blah blah. Can you please just get my charger and stop interrupting my podcast? I love you. Thank you.
okay, you said dancer. I thought you meant stripper. It's the first place I go.
Depending on how chiropractic school goes, we'll see.
Hey, they fucking stripping pays well. I'm telling you that right now.
$20 is $20.
Right? What else are we going to talk about today, Brian? Oh, Manny Montreal put a post out. We have a mutual friend. I like Manny. I have him on the podcast like once every other week. We talk shit. And he put up a post that he's selling all of his social media. If something doesn't turn around for him here in the next couple months, he's fucking done.
I was going to bring that up with you on the podcast because I listened to your guys' Thursday episode Monday, and then we're Tuesday. I don't know what fucking day of the week it is, Wednesday. And I want to say yesterday, he put up that status about how he's selling all of his stuff, and so I started reading it a little bit, and I think it's something to do. I think like people at the Fight City are giving him shit or something like that, or like I don't know what's going on with him. I hope that you guys can him or like I'm gonna reach out to him too. I was gonna wait till I talk to you first, and just see what's kind of going on with him because I'd really hate to see him get derailed or whatever like that. Like because he does put out, like I know he doesn't get paid what he should for the stuff, but it's like he does put out quality content.
He's the best guy we got as a journalist right now for boxing in Canada. He handles the East Coast. I handle the West Coast. We fucking team up. It would just suck. You're looking for something. What are you looking for? You've lost it.
Well, I'm gonna get my charger because my phone's down to 3% battery, and I don't want to have to hang up, run upstairs to get my charger, and then quickly, buddy. And song of the week, for the record, we're still waiting on song of the week.
Yeah, this is a fucking issue, Hannah. So I did put out an Instagram post earlier with you and the Tick, your alter ego.
Yep.
Are we using this as a name yet?
Well, that's the thing. It hasn't really caught up. Like, obviously, you and Braidwood and the whole TFS team is always, even Dario is going to call me the Tick. I think fucking that Fish Karma Anthony guy has even called me the Tick a few times. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a thing, as much as I don't want it to be. But, I mean, nobody outside of our small little messed up group has ever called me it. So I'm not really quite ready to commit to it.
So when I went off on my own and we folded the Spice of Life podcast, and I went and I started the Final Shot podcast, there was nobody on the planet that was happier about that than you.
Oh, absolutely. For those who don't know, I religiously listen to except for the Danny Mac episode. I didn't listen to that one because I'd rather blow my fucking brains out. But I listen to every episode religiously, especially since, Adam was actually the one that turned me on to you guys, the Boogeyman, way back in the day. And ever since, it's been great, especially now with my drives up island to Rich. Like, it's perfect, hour and a half long. We always say it's an hour, but it always ends up being an hour and a half. Like, we'll probably end, like, I know I'm not the only segment on today's episode, so even then, like, this will probably be an hour and a half episode. Anyways, so I've listened to you guys, I want to say episode 70-something, 80-something. It was right around when you started to make 10 Minutes with the Boogeyman a weekly event.
That was episode 36.
Okay, then it wasn't. It was. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't even laugh at that.
But, yeah, so you were so happy that Luke Spicer left.
We're gonna do this, all right?
Yeah, we're 100% doing it.
I don't think the only one that might have been happier than me was Mr. Redfern, but I don't think he was. There was nobody happier than me because it's just, oh man, like where do you start with what a terrible podcast? Well, are we going to talk about how terrible a person Luke is, or how terrible a podcast host he is? Because those are not necessarily mutually exclusive, but I feel like they are two separate 5,000-word page essays.
Well, you weren't the only person that expressed their joy of not having to listen to him drone on about being a vegan. But you had some very special, like, I think that Luke insulted you at some point.
Well, Luke insults everybody at some point because he has no sense of humor, and
it's true.
I mean, that's the end of that.
So what bothered you about the Spice of Life podcast then with him on it?
Oh God. The biggest thing is like you don't actually love you, Luke, but I want you to know that like when you cry yourself to sleep tonight, I'm going to feel bad a bit. But Luke, you are fucking the worst. Like you added nothing to a single conversation ever. Like Tanner and a guest would have a good rapport going, and then you just derail it. Or what you would add, remember Derek made that video when you first hooked up with him, and it was the clips of like the useless things Luke says during a podcast. Like, I mean, that was one episode, and you got like 2 minutes worth of footage from it, and just shit like that. Or it's like, or like the other thing, like all of the guests that he brought on sucked. All like, what was it? Like socks of the week. Like you started song of the week, and it's like, oh, well, Tanner started something. Like I better do it too. Here's socks. Like who the fucking socks of the week, dude? God, oh, the worst. And then all he ever wanted to talk about was veganism. And I know that like veganism and like just shit that doesn't like that no one cared about. Like, and it was in I don't know. Like I'm sure in real life he's a nice person, but as a podcast host, I just felt that all he did was derail conversations and kind of or take you off on tangent. Like even in the first episode you guys had me on, me and you would be having a conversation. They'd be like, "Oh, I've got a question," and then like it'd just be like immediate left turn, and it's like, "Oh well, okay, that's
gone
not
now.
what I'm talking about."
Now, it turned into where people thought that I was a bully because I just make fun of them all the time. But listen, I'll make fun of fucking anybody. I don't give a shit who you are. If you're going to set yourself up like that, be prepared. I'm sorry that it went on for 2 hours, twice a week.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, oh, he's a bully. You know what? Like, you teach people how to treat you. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, I don't want to be bullied. Well, then fucking stand up for yourself and don't let people bully you. Or it's like, you don't want to know why everybody came on the show and, like, bullied you. It was because, like, you created that persona. Or you created that whatever. I'm terrible with this, but it's like you created that image of yourself. Like, you allowed and taught people that it's A-okay and that's how they should treat you. So, I mean, that's on you, especially as a fighter. How do you get bullied as a fighter?
A little weird, right? Where's Hannah? Did she come back with Song of the Week yet? What the fuck?
Oh, she's got a list here, and none of them. She gave me 6 of them, and none of them are Tech 9.
The first one's Tech 9.
The first one says Karate Remix.
That's the Tech 9 one.
Okay, guys, here's Song of the Week. It's by Tech 9. It's dubsteppy, apparently, and it's Let's Link Karate Remix.
Dubsteppy. No, that's a Hannah-ism, right?
It's a Hannah-ism. So the song itself is Let's Link
Okay.
Karate Remix, and karate is spelled Kraddy.
Because Hannah used to follow Song of the Week religiously. She'd put out videos, they were funny. And then somewhere we lost her along the way with one of our songs. It was probably at that point when I was trying to fight Steve Bossy and I was just fucking putting ridiculous songs like I Want to Fight.
No, I can tell you, since we just got finished shitting all over Luke, I can tell you exactly what killed her.
Okay.
The minute that he made fucking Eminem River the song of the week.
That
Hannah
fucking-
booted that shit up.
That fucking killed me.
And was like, nope, I'm not doing song of the week anymore.
Okay, well, this week, the Song of the Week is Tech 9, Let's Link, Dubsteppy, Hannah-ism. Hannah, if I don't see a fucking Hannah video on Instagram with this stupid song, I'm going to be pissed. I might fly into San Jose if the USA will let me in the fucking country and to handle business.
Yep, that's we'll find a way. For song of the week, we'll find a way.
Not like that, Bryan Colwell. I know what you were thinking. Don't be a creep.
That's whatever.
So, Hannah leaves on Monday. What are you going to take her to the airport? Do the...
No, actually, for those of you who live in Canada, you're well aware that it's almost always cheaper. Like it's she booked her ticket yesterday. We're 8 days out or whatever, and it's $200 for her to fly to San Jose, right? $200. Like I could barely get from here to Vancouver for that. But that's the thing. She has to fly out of Vancouver to do it. So that's why her actual flight is Tuesday morning at 6 a.m., but she has to drive over to Vancouver. And because she's moving to San Jose, she has to take her car over there, leave it with her grandma, all that kind of crap.
Oh, okay. So are you going over?
No, I got Monday night. I got to go up and train with Rich.
Oh, wow. Priorities. I love it.
Well, dude, like imagine that conversation. Hey, Rich, I got to take Monday off because my girlfriend's leaving. Like, okay, leave my gym.
That's Well, I feel that you're going to make trips over to San Jose anyway. I think they have probably fantastic boxing gyms there.
Yeah, it's like it's on the West Coast, and again, it's like 100. Like on a good day when you book like a couple weeks in advance, it's $188 round trip.
That's true.
So I mean, and yeah, they're like, and even if there isn't good boxing gyms down there, I'll just go down and to a gym, pull my dick out, slap it on the table, and be like, fight, like, give me your best heavyweight, and just go to war.
Hey, if you wanted to do that, you could fly into Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and we can put gloves on whatever you want.
No, because you'll fucking pull out a butcher's knife and chop my dick off and be like, why did you put your dick on my table?
I'd probably hit you with a body shot.
Yeah. Yeah, those are looking mean lately, by the way. I like the way you're turning your shoulder through it and moving off of it.
I like body shots, but I get nervous throwing them when we're squared up, so I like to play them off of a movement.
Oh yeah, I like the way like you're stepping with it. I've been liking that, and Rich isn't letting me go that far. He's still working on getting my feet right, so I'm not quite working on that. But it is when I move to that. That's like I know as an Orthodox you're not supposed to move to your left, but I do it so well naturally that I'd like to like off the right hand. I know it's not the smart way to go, but I like the right hand and then that turning left hook pivot.
Yes, yeah. I like it. Getting your feet right is a good idea though. Because I know we talked
about last year.
We talked about it last year. It was just the movement, right, where it just looked like you're stuck in cement. I think you're in the best place possible right now. Like, I'm glad you're not in Quebec.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting the one-on-one. That was the thing. Is like the coaches in Quebec were like, "Oh, you need to improve your footwork." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Can you like give me some drills or something, or can we work on like?" I was thinking we train for an hour and a half every single day. Can I get like? But the thing is, we do like general, like everybody does the same drills. Can I get some specific drills? And it was like never really got any feedback. Whereas like I came back and like Rich hadn't even agreed to take me on and he still hasn't really agreed to take me on. But I think he's starting to warm up to me a little bit. I'm not sure. It's hard to read that guy. But even still, he's given me specific drills to do. Yeah. And I'm seeing the difference. And it's the kind of drills that like I don't necessarily need a coach to be there. I can go home and I can do it for 10 minutes on my own or whatever. And I feel like, well, actually, I can't say that because at the end of the day, when it comes to boxing, you haven't learned anything in a month. After you've drilled something for a year, then you'll start to do it in sparring, right? So, but I feel when we're doing the drills, I'm feeling better doing drills and feeling lighter on my feet. I don't think that's translating to my actual sparring or mitts or heavy bag yet. Okay. But I think it will.
I'm a footwork guy. Like,
yes,
when I'm in the gym, every time I go to the gym, I do footwork. I don't give a fuck what gym it is. If I go to the weightlifting gym in the morning, I do 3 rounds of footwork there. I don't give a shit. I like footwork. If I'm moving, you can't hit me.
Yeah. Or if you do hit me, it's not like
it's not that bad. No, it's not that bad. I think footwork.
And for
key.
People who don't think that, if there's anybody out there that thinks like that doesn't believe that head movement and foot movement is tantamount to everything else, subject only to the jab. The jab might be a little bit more important depending on your ideology. Next time you go and hit mitts or whatever like that, have your pad holder move the mitt while you're throwing your 1-2-3 combo. Yeah. And if you don't think that, and try to unload on it. Like
exactly, doesn't work.
You're probably gonna break your wrist or you're gonna break your pad holder's wrist. But it's like you're not gonna be on balance and everything. And it's so. Yeah, I agree.
Boxing Day, everybody. I talked to the amateur guys the other day that were in the gym, and I said like everybody thinks it's just punching. It's fucking. That's the last thing, man. Like the feet have to work first. The hips have to work. The shoulders have to work. You got to be able to move your fucking head. You got to be able to use your brain.
Mm-hmm. Like there's levels to this, and like my time in Montreal, and now working with Rich, as it's like I've been doing this for 5 years now. I'm 2-time national champ, and like when I'm working with Rich, and even when I was in Montreal, we're fucking working on my jab and my cross. Like, and
fundamentals,
like,
man.
Exactly. Like it's just, and I mean, at the end of the day, and it was because I wasn't taught correctly off the bat, but it's one thing now, like, I'm not sure if we brought it up on here, but the fight for the cause in Victoria is happening again this year. Braidwood's, unfortunately, they were going to put me against him, but he's really he's getting ready. He's gearing up for this comeback. We all know it's coming. So he's really focusing on his fighting. So, from what I understand, he turned it down. So they stepped me in to coach again. And like, so I've been coaching all summer, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, granted, these guys are like soccer moms and accountants and lawyers and shit like that, but it's like all summer, all I've worked with them is footwork. Like,
Yeah.
their hands are terrible. Anybody who listens to this podcast, if you're in my morning boxing class, I'll tell you right now, your hands are terrible. But it's because there's no point in me focusing on your hands until your feet are right.
Nope.
Because, like, that's the thing is, you can have the best, like, from the waist up technique, you can have the tightest defense ever, impregnable defense. But if your legs aren't set, yeah, you might block the punch, but you're going to get bowled over and into the ropes, and you're not going to be on balance. And even though the punch didn't land and didn't do any damage, it looks like it did to the judges and the fans and everything, right? So, and it's my big perspective with everything now. Like, I focus so much less on my hands than my upper body because I can't focus on that because my feet, even 5 years into this, my feet aren't right. And it bugs me and it bothers me, especially because the minute I think I'm making a progression, Rich will throw like a tiny little twist into the combo that he's having me do on the hit mitts or a tiny little twist in the footwork, and everything falls apart.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, when I first decided to switch over to boxing, just boxing, that was 4 or 5 years ago now. I sought out a coach in Red Deer. His name was Roman Shipkovsky.
Sorry, guys, to interrupt. My girlfriend's got to leave to go to Vancouver for 2 days to drop off the first run of stuff, so we got to give a goodbye kiss. She's been hovering over top of me, being like goodbye kiss, goodbye. And I'm like, just on podcasting. But anyways, goodbye.
Okay, bye,
Love you.
Hannah. I hope you have a fantastic time in San Jose.
Take the dog with you.
So I was saying, when I saw that Roman Shipkovsky is a boxing trainer in Red Deer. He's Cam O'Connell's boxing coach.
Okay. Yep.
I hired him to do privates. Now, my first, I believe it was 3 weeks of privates with him, I didn't throw a punch. Now,
Isn't that infuriating?
it was until I figured out what the hell was going on. Like, I have a history in combat sports that goes back 15 or 16 years now. I was in Victoria forever. I trained at Zuma Martial Arts. It just, when you switch over to boxing, it's very different than every other combat sport. It's not the same. Like, from MMA, I feel that guys that have a good base of kickboxing can go kickbox. Now, in MMA or kickboxing, if you want to switch over and do boxing, you better go to the fucking gym for a couple of years first. It's different.
The range and the inside, it's everything about it. Like, from the fact that, like, you've got gloves you can hide behind in boxing. Well, you can in kickboxing too, so I guess that's not a great analogy. But the big thing is just, like you're talking about, is the range. The range in boxing is so much different than the other two sports because of the fact that you really only have two weapons, right? You've got 6 punches with 2 hands, so 3 punches apiece. Whereas in the minute you throw kickboxing into the mix, you've got knees and kicks. You've got, and not just like, so that's the thing is you've got 6 weapons in your hands. I don't know enough about kickboxing, but between, like, you know, round kicks and side kicks and front kicks and teep kicks, and I mean, I think you're adding probably 12 weapons just in your shins, and then you're adding another 2 in your knees, and knees from the outside are different from knees in the clinch, and like that's the biggest thing right there.
Yeah.
For people on the outside, like, is the clinch or clinch distance in boxing is different than the other sports completely.
Oh, 100%. It's the pace of boxing. The pace is different. The cardio is different. The footwork's different. The speed of everything else that's going on in the ring is just different. It's just a different game. And but
power is different too. That's what power is way different.
Way different. Like that was the next step in my training with Roman, was actually transferring power.
Yeah.
Which was very interesting because I hit hard for a kickboxer, and then now I've added boxing power, which is fucking amazing because it's so much harder. Like, I hit guys with a 30% punch in sparring, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck just happened?" Which is, I like that because if I put 8 or 10 ounce gloves on to hit a guy with a 30% punch and I can put him away, great. That means I can fight a whole fight at 30%.
Perfect.
Then I don't get tired, right? But yeah, we were talking about footwork. Footwork is where it all starts.
Absolutely. If your feet aren't underneath you, you ain't got no power. Believe me, your brain will lie to you and tell you that you're hitting with full power, but you're not. If your legs are, and the thing is, like, and when you, the big, like, I always say the biggest thing, and I say that a lot when it comes to Rich, the biggest thing with Rich, the biggest thing with Rich. But another thing is, like, when he sits and he breaks it down, and like you'll throw one of your right hands, and then he'll correct, and he'll be like, do this, and then you throw, and you feel in yourself the power difference.
Yeah.
And then and that's the biggest thing. When you get your legs underneath you, you'll feel the power difference. And I'm 5 years into this, blah, but 2-time champ, all that shit. And it's like the power difference that I've experienced in the last month of working with Rich is phenomenal. And the thing is, like I said, it's not something that's going to show up in my fights for another year at least, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the way boxing works. Anybody thinks that, like, oh, I can go do a camp and I'm going to pick up new tools. No, you're not. You're going to, like, you can't. That's not the way it works. Day-to-day repetition, focus on this. But at the end of the day, like, when I am hitting properly and I am hitting hard, like, Rich will just look at me and be like, "Oh yeah, you felt that?" And it's like, "Yeah, I felt that in my hips, in my legs, in everything." Like, I felt that the power different, and that's when you start to go, "Okay, brain, you've been lying to me for the last 5 years, telling me how hard I'm hitting, I'm putting my whole body." Like, I haven't been.
Just think of if you were taught right the first time.
Yeah, but that's I hate getting into that mentality because you're always going to lose the what if.
Oh yeah,
What if game is the worst game to play? Instead, I'm very thankful and blessed that I live in a place and I've got the opportunity and everything between my bosses, my work schedule up at Bear Mountain and everything, that they allow me to go and train with Rich. And I'm very thankful for the fact that there's even a Richless stage in the world out here for me to work with. Yeah, do I wish I could go back and do things differently? Because, like, I've known Rich for probably about 6 or 7 years now, and I had to made the jump way earlier. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I mean, Jesus Christ, if we're going to start that game, fuck, I'm going to, like,
right.
I wish I'd have got my shit together at 18 years old or 7 rather than 23, 24. Like, that's the what if game can go real bad real quick. So instead, I'm just super happy and lucky and thankful that boxing is my passion, and my passion is so monetizable and I can do it for the rest of my life. And that there's a guru in my sport or my passion that's right nearby that I can go and I can learn so much from, so.
I play the what if game all the time, man. I'm 36 years old now. What if I did this back when I was 20?
Yeah.
What if?
You know what? What if, but at the same time, well, what if that led to no Boogie Child? Because I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of the Boogie Child, especially the stories of, like, her punching people.
The Boogie Child's awesome, man. She's got her own logo now. She's got her own hats. If you guys want to buy those hats, go over to finalshoppodcast.com. They're $40. We got her hats are WBC green and gold.
Okay, well, I will be hopping onto the online, or I'll send you a message after this, and we'll make that happen, because I definitely want. And I need. Also, have you put out the last one you put out was the purple one? I've got the red one, then the purple one was next. Do we have another new color scheme? Blue scheme? All right, yeah, I'll get one of those too. I'll message you afterwards.
This is not blue. This is purple and pink. This is the official breast cancer hat for Bad Guy Boxing. All proceeds for this hat will be donated to breast cancer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll buy one as soon as we get off the episode. I'll e-transfer you or whatever we got to do.
So we've got this one, black and purple. We've got black and gold. What do you have? You got red and black, right? What else?
Red and black. I'm pretty sure this was your first run. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I love the green brim. The number one thing I love about your hats is the green brim.
This one doesn't. This one has a purple brim. I believe all the other ones have green. I don't know what it is with the green, but I like the green too. This one have green? Yeah. See? Even the purple and pink hat's got a green brim. Okay, I got a couple other topics that we need to breeze through past real quick.
Good. Let's do it. Rapid fire.
Has the Boogeyman and I turned you into a CBD athlete yet?
Working on it. Just got to figure out stuff with Boxing Canada and legalization and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
I prefer it over popping painkillers, but I am representing the country worldwide.
Guys, you get the Smile CBD vape spray. That's what I've got loaded in this motherfucker right now. I don't like to smoke, but the CBD from the vaporizer is way more effective than eating it or rubbing it on your skin because it's ingested immediately into your body. When you eat things, your body only absorbs a certain amount. So I like the vaporizer. It doesn't bug my cardio at all, which is great. But Smile spray. Next question. I'm surprised you're alive today.
Cool. There's that. Where are we going with this particular?
So I watched an Instagram video. This is how this podcast actually came to be today. You were helping your friend move out, and you're asking him where his ring is. I'm like, that bitch is gonna fucking stab you, bro. Don't post this.
Yeah. So for those who aren't on my Instagram, I'm not going to name any names on here. I have a buddy who's going through some problems with his relationship or whatever like that, and basically he called me to come and help him move. And because things are bad between him and his lady right now. So I was like, okay, absolutely, I'll come and help you move. And then we're moving or whatever like that. And it gets towards, we're basically finishing up and he's in a bad mood. And he's like, dude, he's like, I want you to post it because like I'm good friends with this friend and his lady friend. And he knows that his lady friend watches my Instagram. Yeah. So he was like, I want to post up a video basically to just give this chick the middle finger, just to like let her know, like give her a good one. And I looked at him and I was like, Dave,
no names.
If you want me to put oh shit, well, everybody knows now. Anyways, I'm like, bro, if you want me to make a video and put it on my Instagram, it's going to be my video. And I'm not posting what you want. And he's like, yeah, man, that's fine. So I dismiss it for 10 minutes. And 10 minutes later, we're finally finished. And he's like, yeah, let's do the video. And I ask him one more time, like, this is like, I am not the guy that you want to make this video. And he still went for it. So if you want to see it, you can hop over to my Instagram and you can watch it. It's brutal. I've gotten a ton of messages about how savage it is. And it is. I'm not going to pretend it's not. But it was my Instagram, so I'm going to make a video that I think is funny, and I still think it's funny. And I gave him fair warning. So, but for the record, Tanner is completely correct. There is a female out there. I am at the top of her kill list, and she is just waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, I've met this female before in person. I did a local thing for a thing, and she was present for that thing as a vendor. And she's nice, but she's fucking nuts, bro.
Well, yeah, you know,
bitches be crazy, I guess. But what I'm telling you is, watch your back. If you have a bulletproof vest, put it on. I'm disappointed that Hannah's leaving because she would be your defense mechanism against this person. So in a couple days here, you're gonna be vulnerable.
Oh yeah, it might be game over for the tick people. Like it's like, and if you don't believe me, go Bryan Colwell boxing. Go onto my Instagram, watch the video, and sign the RIP on it.
Yeah. All joking aside, this person is a mutual friend of ours, and I know that this kind of stuff is difficult. If you ever want me to go on and make a funny meme about said person, I'm down.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, that's how I deal with stuff, is just completely insensitive humor. So yeah, I'm just going to keep rolling with the insensitive humor until, as Tanner said, I finally did do it to the wrong person.
I'm just waiting because I fucked with a lot of people online in the last couple of years, so I'm just waiting for somebody to show up to my house and shoot me. We got one more person to talk about, and he's a guy from your neck of the woods, I think Vancouver or Langley or something like that. His name's Amon or Aman, or what's his name?
Aman Ojla.
That guy.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that last name correctly.
He's looking for a fight.
And I hear he's looking for a fight against you.
Apparently. I'm in.
All right. Well, I mean, I heard it was a rumor. I'm glad we're talking about it now. Honestly, Tanner, I think it's a great fight for you. Aman Ojla, he trains out of BMA, Bisla Martial Arts in Vancouver. Incredible gym. Head coach and owner there, Inder Bisla. Outside of Rich and Justin Donnelly and and even though outside of Rich, really, I would say Inder is one of the best coaches that I haven't really worked with him. I think he's only ever held mitts for me once. But I fought one of the guys from his gym, a guy named Palvier. I've seen Aman fight. Long story short, BMA, Inder Bisla, great gym, produces incredibly quality athletes, incredibly quality fighters. Amin Ajla is definitely one of those. He's coming off of a layoff, though. And for me, having fought Palvier, which is another heavyweight out of the gym, and then seeing Amin compete, both Palvier and Amin are crazy good, like stupidly good. But in my opinion, and I might catch some heat from this from Inder and some of the guys over in Vancouver, they don't have any heart. They are of East Indian descent, and from what I understand, they come from generally well-off families,
Okay.
and it's very hard to make fighters out of that, right?
Yeah.
That being said, they're incredibly talented, have incredibly big skill, but I just don't see either of them having a lot of heart, and especially now, because I've seen both of them gas in 2-minute rounds in amateur. So when they get locked in a ring with you, or pardon me, when he gets locked in a ring with you for 4 3-minute rounds, for everybody, if they like, this fight won't be televised or anything like that, but based off what I think right now, if Tanner and Amin fight, the first round, Tanner's going to get obliterated. He's going to get lit up with jabs and great footwork and blah, blah, blah. And then Tanner's not going to care. He's going to come out in the second round. He's going to stick to the game plan. And second round, Amin's going to get tired. And towards the end, I'm going to say, I'll even go down to the second. At the 2-minute 15 mark, you're going to see a switch in the fight.
Yeah.
As towards the end of the second, Tanner might still lose the second round on the scorecards. And again, I'm not talking shit. This is Amin and Palvier, both of them, he's fighting Amin, are that good, guys. They really are, especially from BC. And then the third round is going to start. And you're going to be just getting warmed up and going. And I think the third and the fourth round, I think, is where we're really going to see where they break and you take over. And they're going to see the difference between pro fighting and amateur fighting. That's my prediction for the fight. I predict Tanner Wilshaw by early fourth round KO or by decision, because even though Amin will or might have won the first 2 rounds, Tanner will win the third and fourth round by such a wide margin that he might even get a 10-8.
So I've been warned about taking a fight at Combo Sports, not to take it because I won't win a decision there. Which I don't fight for decisions. Realistically, I've been told to put the pace on the guy and he'll crack.
I agree. And you know what? There is some validity to that. You might lose a decision. Again, it's in BC, it's in Vancouver, it's probably going to be in Surrey, exactly where BMA and
Langley.
Almond struck. Yeah, so you're battling that uphill. But at the end of the day, like you said, you don't care about. And at the end of the day, when you get out of the ring and you go out and you go and hang with your wife and we all go and have a dope steak dinner afterwards, and Almond goes to the hospital to get checked out, a la GSP and BJ Penn or whatever that one fight was, where the first time the GSP shouldn't have won. I can't remember which one that was. But your record might say 0-1.
Yeah,
but we're all gonna know.
I don't know if this guy's he hasn't been taken into any kind of deep water where he's spent his wad and then he's got to dig himself out of a hole. But there's a big difference between 2-minute and 3-minute rounds. Huge difference.
Between 3 and 4 rounds.
Realistically, do I think Combo Sports will bring me in to fight him? Fuck no.
Yeah.
They need him to win. Do I have a good chance of knocking him out? Yep.
Absolutely.
Does he have a good chance of knocking me out? Maybe. I don't know if
it's like the thing. You guys are both 200 pounds, and plain and simply, once you get up over that 185, around that 200 mark, everybody's susceptible because it's just physics and science. There's just so much mass behind those punches, and like you said, if you hit an off switch with that much just physics behind it, you don't have to be good.
What I have been told actually is that he should be fighting at heavyweight.
So not cruiser.
No, that's what I've been told that he's a heavyweight. Doesn't matter to me if he wants to. If Combo Sports is still looking for an opponent for this guy, just call the bad guy. I'll come into town. I'll wreck your night.
You heard it here first, folks.
Other than that, Bryan Colwell, your fucking girlfriend's leaving. She left us with Song of the Week. What was it? It was Tech 9, Let's Link, Dubby Set. That's a Hannah-ism. And what? Do you have any sponsors you want to thank today? I know you got some.
Honestly, honestly, I want to thank like you guys in the TFS thing. Since I've been back here in Victoria, I've really struggled with rebuilding my camp and like getting stuff going. And it's been you, Braidwood, and like the guy I want to say like guys that are on the podcast, but we do have like, for those who don't know, we've kind of got like this mutual family of 4 or 5 guys between Dario and a few others. And like the biggest thing has been you guys getting me through it. Like I'm back, I'm back into camp with Rich now. I'm back, got my life back together. It's really hard to get depressed in the summer in Victoria, but I did. But now I'm back at it and I'm back training. So I do have sponsors, but I want to shout out you and I want to shout out the podcast. And even though he hasn't really messed Ryan Ford, honestly, because it's like I've been watching, he posts stuff every single day, and it's so inspiring. And then a couple times, I mean, I've tagged him in some stuff like when I'm working, and he's messaged me back, and just like, and I know that I'm nobody to Ryan Ford, but he still takes the time to message me and be like, hey champ, like glad to see you're putting in good work and stuff like that. So I want to give a shout out to the whole Final Shot podcast, yourself, Braidwood, Dario, Ryan Ford. Never met you, Derek Smout, but everything he produced makes me laugh, so that's good. And I know he's not in your and Dario's good books, but I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Redfern. Hopefully you get taken out of timeout here pretty soon, but just know that you deserve it and it's your fault. So that's that. And then for sponsors, it's just going to be the same ones I had before. Popeyes Supplements, Chris Kinnear at Victoria Popeye Supplements, had my back since day one. Bryan and Michio, they're Asian, I can't pronounce the last name, sorry guys. At Suits U Athletics, they've had my back since day one. And then Fit Fix Cafe, Jacob and Sintra. Again, like I said, like you guys kind of handled the mental side of it, but when I got back, I got up to 218, right? We all saw that. I was up to 218. Freaking Sammy L. May, the former 7-time Canadian champ, called me out on about how I was getting fat. And Fit Fix came in and helped me out big time. They've got my diet dialed back in. So those 3 sponsors, Popeyes, Suits You, Fit Fix. You guys are huge for me, and I really appreciate it.
All right, guys. The Final Shot podcast today was brought to you by Tough Canuck Beard Company. If you're a fucking pussy and you don't have hair on your face, don't listen to my fucking show anymore. Just kidding. If you're an amateur boxer and you have to shave, you're exempt. Guys, Tough Canuck Beard Company. They make the best beard products on the planet. Hit them up. I think it's Tough Canuck. Just fucking Google it. It's right here. I got their card. I don't want to fuck it up because I like this guy. It's www.toughcanuck.ca. Guys, smile spray. Smile. Blake McVitie. Send fucking Colwell some CBD spray. Please. Smile Canada. Yeah. Buds and Leaves. Get the CBD pills, Colwell. Go see fucking Jeeves at Buds and Leaves. They're not playing around over there either. Last but not least, guys, the best supplements on planet Earth. I'm telling you, Popeyes, you should fucking stock it. On it. Guys, go over to www.onit.com. On checkout, make sure you fill your fucking cart up with all the earth-grown nutrients. Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech Sport, New Mood, the Complete B. Get some creatine if you want to get swole. You're going to have to go to the fucking gym, though. Don't be a pussy. You can't just take creatine and think you're going to get jacked. But on checkout, use promo code TFS Podcast and you will save 10% and you'll make me some fucking money. Guys, that's the Final Shot. Bam.